Hello dear viewers. In this video, we are going to talk about partnerships, a subject that very often becomes a source of conflict between people. Individuals who have been friends for many years decide to become business partners. They start a venture together, establish a business, buy a car jointly, or co-own a house. They say, "We trust each other," and the partnership begins. Yet, all too often, that beginning becomes the beginning of an ending, the end of years of friendship, followed by serious disputes that, unfortunately, sometimes even extend to the next generation. A good partner is truly an asset. I am not here to reject or discourage the very idea of partnership. Having a good partner in business, in life, and in social interactions is undoubtedly a great asset for anyone. But a bad partner is truly one of life's greatest liabilities. Before entering into a partnership, dear friends, I strongly emphasize this. Evaluate the person's character, not their capital. Someone may be wealthy, but having money does not necessarily mean they will make a good partner. Don't let greed tempt you into thinking, since they have money to invest, I can partner with them and benefit greatly. No. Before entering a partnership, look at the person's character. Unfortunately, many people fail to pay attention to this. In this video, I want to explain several characteristics and indicators that show you who you should never enter into a partnership with. So, if you are considering a partnership, or if such an opportunity may arise soon, or if you're currently thinking about partnering with someone, I strongly recommend that you watch this video all the way through. You won't regret it. I will share points that, if you pay attention to them, may protect you from many future risks. The first sign that should stop you from partnering with someone under any circumstances, whether in business, work, or even choosing a life partner, is dishonesty. Never partner with a liar. The signs are usually obvious. These are people who constantly change their stories, refuse to accept responsibility for their mistakes, and always try to shift the blame onto others. Even in small matters, they tend to hide the truth. They lack the courage to face questions or accountability, so they resort to lying. A dishonest person has a fundamental flaw in their character. If someone is not truthful in small matters, you can be certain they will not be trustworthy when it comes to financial or legal matters. They will easily avoid responsibility. The second characteristic is people who avoid responsibility. Never partner with individuals who always blame others. This is not a suitable trait for a partner. These are people who blame their failures on those around them. My father was responsible. That place made me become this way. These are also people who rarely, if ever, apologize. They avoid responsibility. When problems arise, they will leave you alone because they will simply blame you and say, "You were responsible too." Never partner with such a person. Before entering any partnership, take the time to truly know who they are. The third characteristic is greed. Greedy people are never good partners, and they are extremely dangerous. They are always looking for a bigger share. They are not interested in fairness. They constantly want a larger percentage for themselves. Since they cannot tolerate the success of others, if you perform better than they do in any aspect of the partnership, conflict will arise. Do not doubt that such a person will also be unfair when profits are divided. Greed is one of the most important causes of partnerships falling apart. Look at partnerships that have failed. Trace the root cause. One of the most common reasons is greed. The fourth characteristic is impulsive people. Never partner with people who make sudden decisions, constantly change their minds, and lack stability in their thinking. At any moment, they may make a completely new decision. They buy without analysis and sell without analysis. They become angry quickly and express their anger immediately. You will face serious problems in a partnership with such individuals. One of the fundamental principles of partnership is stability. A partnership requires consistency, not impulsive decisions. The next characteristic is unreliable people who break their promises. If someone constantly arrives late, forgets the promises they have made to you, or postpones the tasks they committed to completing, this behavior will almost certainly continue in a partnership. It is simply part of their character. Do not become partners with such people. The damage caused by this kind of behavior far outweighs any benefits. The sixth characteristic is narcissistic people. Never partner with a narcissist, especially in marriage. A narcissistic spouse can make life extremely difficult. A narcissist believes only they are right. They cannot accept criticism. They want every success in life, every business achievement, and every accomplishment within the partnership to be credited solely to themselves, while every mistake is blamed on others. These are the defining traits of a narcissistic personality. Working as a team with such individuals is extremely difficult, and partnership is all about teamwork. The seventh characteristic is aggressive people. If someone cannot resolve disagreements through conversation, be certain that when the first crisis arises in your partnership, they will intensify the conflict instead of resolving it, creating even greater problems. The eighth characteristic is disorganized people. Never partner with someone who is careless and disorganized. People who keep poor financial records, ignore contracts and deadlines, do not care about the commitments they have made, live without planning, and constantly forget things. Ladies and gentlemen, this lack of organization creates many hidden costs in a partnership. The ninth characteristic is jealous people. Jealous people can make life miserable. If your partner has a strong tendency toward jealousy, the moment you make any personal progress, they become upset. Imagine the two of you started a business together, but later you receive money from another source and decide to upgrade your car. They become jealous, even though your money had nothing to do with the partnership. Perhaps someone inherited money and wanted to buy a better home or a newer car. A jealous partner will still resent it. Such people become unhappy with every success you achieve, and sooner or later they will damage the partnership and ultimately harm you. The 10th characteristic is people with a bad track record. Do not rush into partnerships. Look into a person's past. I honestly don't understand why some people form partnerships so quickly. They barely know someone, become close overnight, decide to start a business together, become colleagues, and build relationships without proper evaluation. Do not take life so lightly. People today are often very complex. Unfortunately, outward appearances and inner reality are frequently very different. If you decide to partner with someone without knowing whether they have partnered with others before, whether those partnerships were successful, and whether previous partners were satisfied with working with them, you are making a serious mistake. Find out whether they have had previous partners. Ask those former partners about their experience. Do they say, "He cheated us"? Or do they say, "Our partnership ended, but he was an honest and decent person"? Investigate. Also find out whether they have been involved in repeated legal disputes throughout their professional career. Someone who ends up in court every time they enter a partnership or business transaction is simply not a suitable partner. Tomorrow, they will create legal problems in your partnership as well, and you will find yourself going from one courtroom to another alongside them. Ask yourself, were previous partners satisfied with working with this person? Never forget, a person's past is one of the best predictors of their future behavior. Please take these points very seriously. I sincerely hope that if you decide to enter into a partnership, it will be with trustworthy and thoughtful people. God willing, may God bless your partnership, your work, your ideas, and the project you are about to undertake together. And may your lives be filled with many happy and prosperous days. Thank you very much for watching this video. I wish you every success and happiness. Please like this video and be sure to share it with others. This video may help many people make some of the most important decisions of their lives. Stay well. Please write your opinions and experiences in the comments below. Have you ever had a partnership? Was your partnership successful? What made it successful? And if, God forbid, you experienced a failed partnership, what was the root cause? How much did the points I discussed today contribute to that outcome? Sharing your experiences can help other people. Do a good deed by writing just a few words. It costs nothing, and others may benefit from your experience. Wishing you success. Sincerely, Amir Mehrdad Khosravi.